All right. So today is shoot, I think it's lats, rear delts, and biceps maybe. But same deal. Gotta pick up my buddy's little brother because we're doing the bet. Me and my QB1 are doing a bet, and whoever can train the other person's little brother the most and like make the most progress wins. But excuse me, I don't know if we're gonna keep doing it because my little brother is supposedly out for like 6 weeks or something. So at least this guy's going like 15 and 30. More like 20, but all right, so you go 20 and a 30, but you blast straight through the stop sign. Makes sense to me. By the way, this isn't like road rage. I'm just stating my observations. Drivers in Illinois are stupid. Really, drivers everywhere. People just like driving's a hard skill to learn, and in the sense that it requires the cooperation of both ends. So it's not just you. It's not just you. This cop there, I'm going to take my earbuds out. Because, yes, it is actually illegal to have your earbuds in while driving. Under the age of 21, I believe. Not 100% sure on that. But there is a cop. And the cops, for some reason, in our town, ever since they've gotten the new rookies, that doesn't make sense. That's redundant. New rookie. It's completely redundant. Ever since they got the rookies, it's just been so unbelievably strict. Like, if you even like had turned your turn signal on like a microsecond after you're supposed to, and you do it like a microsecond late, you get pulled over. Not really, but the cops have been so, like, they've just been fiending to pull people over, and it's honestly really annoying. I mean, I get that they're trying to make sure that our city's being safe, but hey, when we got meth heads and illegal immigrants and criminals partaking in criminal activities in our trailer parks, I think we got bigger problems to deal with, I don't know, just me, but it seems like focusing on traffic violations is a bit, honestly, I'll just say it plain and simple, it's retarded when we have meth heads and criminals and illegal immigrants, and not just criminals who live here, but criminals partaking in criminal activities, drug deals, and all sorts of stuff like that in our town. So, I don't know, just me, but it seems like you would want to focus on the important stuff before you start focusing on pulling over a 16-year-old. Really what it is. So, I'll see you guys for the work. Going to chin-ups.
Okay. be fair, you know, we are like math 3, so that's usually one of his favorite classes.
And first hour.
All right, that was a decent workout. Nothing crazy today. It's just kind of like a not necessarily deload day, but it's like a quick little workout. Get some accessories in. You know, do lats, biceps. What else? Calves and rear delts. So, no. Oh no. Yeah, crazy workout. I'm gonna roll this other window down. Because it is really beautiful. But I got a buyer for my laptop, so that's kind of nice. I'm gonna head up to Champaign, hopefully get that sold, and then hang out with my buddies. So that'll be kind of nice. I'm thinking with some of the money, I'm gonna buy a new GPU for my PC, because
right now. It is in desperate need of an upgrade. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm not rocking like a 1030, but I got a GTX 1650. And, that's not a bad GPU by any means. I mean, it can legitimately game pretty much any game in 1080p medium settings. To be fair, I have a good CPU and a good RAM. So that definitely helps too, having that buffer. Because since my GPU is so crappy, it takes a tiny bit of the RAM and dedicates it to the GPU. Actually, you know what? Why did I roll this up? I don't know. Let's compromise. It's a little cold, but I really like that it's kind of warm. So either way, my GPU has 4 gigabytes of VRAM. And if you guys know anything about PCs and GPUs, 4 gigabytes of VRAM is not going to get you anywhere. So, my GPU takes a tiny bit of the RAM and dedicates it towards video memory. So, that's kind of nice. But I am going to try to get a 12 gigabyte or a 16 gigabyte card, just so I have that VRAM and I can actually use my 32 gigabytes of DDR4, which, by the way, is $250 right now. I bought it for less than 40, probably in May or June, maybe even before that. It's probably like April or May. Bought it for $40. 32 gigabytes DDR4 kit. Bought it for $40, and now it's worth brand new $40. Now it's worth like $250. Honestly, it wouldn't be a bad idea to sell it, but I don't have RAM, so that's not exactly ideal to be without RAM. Can't do anything. So I guess here's the deal. I got my old motherboard, but anyone who knows anything about PCs, you will know why I don't use it. It's a Sabertooth X79 with i3 3930K, and it's like max support of like DDR2 RAM. DDR2, you heard me right. DDR2. It's like 600 megahertz. So my original PC was a Sabertooth X79, Intel i7 3930K or something like that, maybe i3 i7, something like that. I really have no clue. Really old. It was like a 20-year-old CPU. GTX 1650. It was 16 gigabytes of DDR2 RAM, 500 gigabyte SSD, 500 watt PSU, and it did what it needed to do. Like, it ran Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox, stuff like that. But as soon as I upgraded the motherboard to a B550 Gen 3, Ryzen 5 5600, 32 gigabytes of DDR4. GPU stayed the same. I'm hoping to maybe get an M.2. That would be really nice. Because, like 5 years ago, SSDs were really good, for the price and everything, because M.2s were extremely, extremely expensive. Like a 500 gigabyte M.2 was like $200-$300, I think, when I was looking at buying a PC. By the way, my PC was $780 some odd dollars or something like that when I bought it, and now it's maybe worth $300, or at least the components that it had in it are worth about $300. So stuff depreciates over time like crazy. But I'll need a new PSU, but I'm hoping to get I'm gonna go with a Radeon card, because it's the best bang for your buck. For budget GPUs, if you go for a budget GPU, you absolutely have to go with Radeon. I'm going to try to get an RX 7600 XT, but because of how much the RAM shortage has affected everything, the 7600 XT is more expensive than the 7700 XT, which delivers like 20 more FPS, but it's 4 gigabytes less of VRAM, which I can live with. But I'm going to try to get a 7600 XT for the VRAM, And we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna get inside, get showered. Probably not gonna edit the video till later tonight because I'm gonna be very busy today. But I will see you guys for tomorrow's workout, which will be heavy squats. Not so heavy actually, but heavy squats.